The Muslim leaders were speaking at a press conference at the Jamia Mosque a day after attacks on the government forces were launched by suspected Al-Shabaab sympathizers at the northern eastern town of Garissa. The leaders pointed out that each community had its fair share of troublemakers and that it was unfair for the government to organize an operation on residents of Garissa before investigations were done to establish exactly who were behind the attacks.
There are xenophobic attacks, both by ordinary citizens of this country who feel that Somalis are the ones who are blowing up every vehicle that is blown up or every person who is being killed. And the same also xenophobic attitude has gone into the minds of the security forces of this country. What has happened in Garissa is no different from what is happening in Isli, where ordinary people were trying to take pangas and attack Somalis. The same thing is what the government security force did yesterday.
In northern Kenya, what's happening is very shocking. We're asking ourselves, are we part and parcel of this state? We're asking ourselves, what is going on? Because we're in kind of a police state. We're kind of in a military state. We're in kind of where law and order has degenerated to a level unacceptable and unbelievable in this age and time.
The Kenya Defence Force had yesterday said on Twitter that 5 of its members were shot at in Garissa, and in the process of returning fire, they could not avoid collateral damage. Former Member of Parliament for Lagdera claimed that 3 children had succumbed to bullet wounds in a hospital in Garissa after allegedly being shot by members of the Kenya Defence Force.
We have 3 kids who have died. Some died in the hospital with a bullet in the head. And we are saying this because we talk to the people on the ground and they are telling us.
The government must learn to be responsible. The government must learn to investigate when somebody commits a crime. There's a difference between a criminal and a community. The whole community is not a criminal.
We are not supporting Al-Shabaab. We are citizens of this country. In Isli, there was a blast. The whole issue was turned into profiling on communities. It's like a tribal war. Any Somali is being beaten left, right, and center. We are saying this must stop.
They said the troubles faced by members of the Somali community today started after the 1962 referendum and likened the situation currently to that of the days of the infamous Wagala massacre, the fact that Kenya is under a new constitution notwithstanding.
This cannot happen. We are living the same thing that have happened in the 1980s during the Wagala or any of these incidents. And what we are seeing is that there is a systematic profiling of the Somali community by this government. We have said it from 2010, and we are seeing it being repeated every time. When something small happens, and the persons who are behind it are not even known, the government security forces, led by the government leaders themselves, always point fingers at the community.
We are victims of the 1962 referendum. There's no question about it. We are going back to the drawing board. Kenya has now to accept us as a citizen or not, then we go back to the drawing board. We have nothing else to say.
If they're not willing to own up for what they have done, we want to stand by our people, and this time.
Eric Munene, GBS.